Hey folks, how's it going? And welcome back to another Run and Slash video. It has been some time now after having done my alpha testing stream, and since then the game has had a few updates and it has officially gone into public beta. So in today's video I want to catch you up on the news around the public beta, what's new in the game, and then talk about the roadmap of upcoming features that was shared by the developer. So without much further ado, let's jump straight into more Run and Slash. First things first, and by far the biggest news of this video, Run and Slash has officially made it into public beta. If you've always been wanting to play the game, especially after the alpha stream, you can now check out the game for yourself and see what it currently has to offer. I've left the link to the game in the description down below, but do note that the game does not have mobile and console support just yet. Support for both devices is on the way and is on the roadmap that we will be talking about in a little bit. So make sure you have a computer or laptop ready before you start playing. That being said, I will also be streaming Run and Slash later today as of this video being uploaded. So if you want to join in on the fun or want to watch me just play the game, make sure to tune in by then. The stream will also be linked in the description down below, so make sure to set your reminder so you won't miss out on it. Moving on to what's new since my last stream. Survivors have gained a new item called Uzi, and it is a ranged item that adds a stackable slow to the demon with every consecutive bullet you hit on them. You start out a round with 150 bullets, and hitting 60 bullets in a row successfully heavily slows down the demon for 5 seconds. Otherwise, the demon is stuck with your stackable slow for 10 seconds before it goes away, so keep that demon slowed down. The demon also has gained 3 new abilities, ones that require energy. The first one is Guard, and it lets you block one stun within the next second that you use it. You can use this ability whilst attacking, cancelling that attack, and successfully blocking gives you a brief speed boost. Next up, we have Phase Shift, and it allows you to raise a shield, making you immune to stuns up to 200 of your energy used. It takes about 3 seconds to wind up that shield, and doing so successfully will make you stun immune. When the shield is up, you start passively draining your energy until you reach that 200 energy used. The rate at which you use your energy depends on if you were interrupted or not in your wind-up. You lose about 10 energy per second if you were uninterrupted during your wind-up, but if you were stunned by a survivor in that wind-up, you lose 25 energy per second instead. And once you use up that 200 energy, your shield goes away and you're no longer immune to stuns. And last but not least, we have Shadow Wall, and it puts down a wall that blocks survivors from passing through it. Survivors must interact with it to take it down, with the wall's HP scaled up to the amount of survivors that were alive when you placed it down. Alongside with the new demon abilities, you can now also customize your ability loadout for the demon role. You can now head over to your inventory and make your way over to the abilities for demon, and then choose which ability you want on what slot. So for example, if I want to have execute on the first slot, I simply look for execute and equip it to my first slot. And in that way, you can customize your ability loadout to your liking, just like that. And with that, we have made it to the roadmap that was released not too long ago in the Run and Slash Discord server. Now that the game is in beta, the game is going to become a lot more polished, missing features are going to be added, and general balancing and quality of life changes are expected to be made. The following features in the roadmap are as followed. There are going to be round intro and outro scenes. Those scenes are going to be little cutscenes that are being added to the start and the end of the round, and they are mostly a fun addition, but they will also help showing off whether the survivors or the demon won. There will also be like a little text along the cutscene, and survivors will have a different pose depending on what item they used for that round. And this is all we know so far, so who knows how creative these scenes will will be getting. We can also expect settings, which are on the horizon after the round scenes. Sound volume, keybinds, UI placement, and visible hitboxes for attacks are planned, and VIP members will receive their respective settings as well. Player levels, statistics, and a shop are also on the way. In the future, a lot of statistics are planned to be tracked, and these will be related to things like grapples, item usage, damage dealing, you name it. Statistics like wins, kills, losses, and any other competitive stat will not be tracked, and that is so you do not stick to a meta or not experiment with creating all sorts of loadouts, perk builds, and stat builds. You really should not have to worry about something like a win or lose ratio in Run and Slash, especially because of the RNG nature in the game. The grapples being a great example. Other than that, there are also going to be player levels, which are planned to be purely cosmetic. They won't be doing a whole lot. And last but not least, there will be a shop where you can buy new equipment and perks. Moving on to the inventory rework. The UI for the inventory is going to get completely reworked because it does say right at the top that this UI is for alpha purposes, and we have gone past alpha by now. The UI is going to get reworked to make loadout creating a much more smooth experience. We'll be getting handy features like search bars, loadout slots, sorting, and favoriting so that we can have an easy time making a new loadout. The demon is also going to receive way more ranged weapons to choose from in the future. His ranged weaponry arsenal will be expanded on. Currently, the only weapon to choose from is the AK-47, which is purely focused on damage without having to worry about range. Any future weapons or guns are going to be played around with the damage output and the range, with some of them even gaining unique effects. And overall, we will just be getting a huge variety in the weapons that the demon can hold on to, aside from the AK-47. Mobile and console support will also be on the way. Currently, Run and Slash can only be played on your computer, but there are plans for mobile and console support later down the line. There will be some time taking on implementing support for both devices, however, because some essential mechanics like aiming for ranged guns is going to need some time to be figured out. But don't worry, mobile and console users, you are not being forgotten about. And the last thing on the roadmap is the tutorial, which will introduce you to a few important mechanics, features, perks, and other helpful information to help you as a new player in Run and Slash. Once everything on the roadmap has successfully been added to the game, Run and Slash will officially release and start being marketed. Now, the roadmap contains the general plans that the developer will be focusing on throughout the beta stage. You can also expect more new stuff and balancing being done in between these updates. There's even been some mentions of upcoming content for after release, like the new loadout options, more maps, and round modifiers. And yes, it does say experimentation with 2v10 right in there as well, which all sound rather intriguing, so I'm very curious to see what that will be once we get to that point in time. But for now, we can only see and speculate what that's all about. And that is all I have for you today. I know this video is a bit shorter than usual, but I really wanted to let you guys know what is coming up for Run and Slash. If you enjoyed this Run and Slash news video, then make sure to let me know by hitting that like button down below. And if you are new around these parts and want more Run and Slash content just like this video in the future, then make sure to hit that subscribe button whilst you're at it. Again, I will be streaming Run and Slash later today, so make sure to head over to that stream and set your reminder so you don't miss out on it. Thank you so much for watching, folks, and I shall see you in my next video. Take care.